Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey Leah.
Hi. Hi, Brittany.
Yay. How's it going out there?
All good.
Megan. Hey, you're muted. Megan, you're muted. Hello, Kathy. Hey, Robert.
Hey guys.
Hi.
I was trying to say I can only stay on for like 30 minutes or so, but I figured I'd pop in and see what's happening and get the good vibes.
Woot woot. Hey, James. Hey, Eve.
I said hello. Sorry you couldn't hear me.
Welcome, party people. Welcome. I'll quickly invite one or two people to join who are not here, because promise you don't want to miss today. We've got Forbes Riley coming shortly. She just messaged me about the Zoom link. So go ahead and tag a buddy who normally is here, who you're missing. Even new friends are welcome to per your invite. So make sure they show up now and let them know that they're late, because we're about to get started. It's gonna be lit. I am so stoked. So great to see you, Megan. So great to see you, Kathy. Dr. Eve is in the house, in the building. If you could show up on camera, it would be amazing. Welcome, James. Brittany in the house, VIP. Ooh, ooh. Last, definitely not least, we got Robert Butwin in the house, who does nothing but win. Okay, helps others with nothing but winning and grinning and having a good time, looking good doing it. We got iPhone coming. My doggy is excited even. Sandy's wanting to get on camera today. You want to say hi, Sandy? Is that what it is? But Sandy in the house. With Harrison Klein.
Hey, Pup Pup. Hey,
Harrison
Harrison.
Klein on iPhone today. Change your name on the thing so that people know who you are, Harrison. Got a powerful session in store for you guys. Who had fun last week? Who was here last week about magnetic marketing content? Where we talked all about using AI and we created some cool magic. We created some powerful messaging in real time. Who was here for that? Awesome. What have you guys created since then? In fact, while we get started, just share in the chat and we do a couple of shares. What have you been implementing this week? Where have you been winning this week? Speaking of Butwin, right? What are your wins? What do you get to celebrate this week? I have so many celebrations. I'll invite you on one particular celebration to do it with me. Celebrating each of you guys. All right, I'm gonna guide you. So I'm gonna put Sandy down. Say bye, Sandy. On the floor. I'm just gonna put her down on the floor. Nothing major. All right. Leah, as people come in the waiting room, will you just please let them in because we're about to drop into a mini meditation and I want to make sure nobody misses the entrance. Thank you. All right, so go ahead and breathe in. What's up, April? All right, I gotta get the doggy out. She is obsessed. Get out, girl. Okay. Let's see. Also, please monitor the chats. Just responding to Forbes. All right, so go ahead and kill all the distractions. This is your time. A second. Oh, shoot. Looks like she's planning on coming tomorrow, which is also great. I think we have a misunderstanding. She's like, tomorrow, right? I'm like, no, now. I was planning on now. This is great. It's a yes moment. All right, so I'm going to guide you guys. Go ahead and breathe into your hearts. Fully in. Except for you, Leia, you get to respond to Forbes on text magic. Keep going. And as you breathe into your heart, fully in, I want you to imagine the top, the middle, and the bottom of your heart. It was given to you at birth. And there was nothing you had to do in order to earn it or to deserve it. It just been supporting you every day, your entire life. Now, as you breathe into your heart, I want you to notice your breath on the just 1 square inch directly beneath your nose. And just breathe easily and deeply. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. And as you drop into your heart and breathe deeper and deeper, just ask yourself, what went well this week, since last Monday, since the last time we spoke? What went well this week? And acknowledge all the moments where you showed up powerfully, followed through with your intentions, all the little wins and surprises that occurred throughout the week. And also check in with the second question, which is what gets to be even better? What gets to be even better next time for this next week, starting today? Just noticing without judging. And then finally, what actions do you get to take? What's the most high leverage action? Do one thing. If all you do is this one thing, this next week will be set up for success. Go ahead and breathe that energy in. Let it go with a sigh. Shake it out. And take a quick note for yourself on your journal, on your calendar, or I invite you to use the chat box to share your insights from this mini practice. That was just 3 minutes, and it is so powerful to just stop and look. To just stop and look, see what's working, what gets to be even better, and what's the one thing that I get to do now to make sure I'm in alignment with success. Right? Super simple. And if we don't do this practice, we kind of keep doing the things, whether they're working or not, without really acknowledging. And when we do acknowledge what's working, we get to double down on what's working and release what doesn't serve us anymore. Pretty simple, but that powerful. Y'all getting it? All right. So with that, we've got Forbes Riley in the house. Some incredible speaker, not some incredible speakers, but the most incredible speaker in the house. Dr. Forbes Riley is here. Let's give it up for Dr. Forbes Riley, y'all.
Yeah.
We
What's
just-
up?
During Global Awakening Summit gathering, and it was so powerful. Forbes rocked the show. Even though we have like 50 incredible speakers and celebrity superstars on, Forbes grabs the mic and just rocked everybody's world. So I also got to chance to participate in her perfect pitch workshop, which was insane and amazing. And I twisted her arm to show up for us here at Manifest X Mastermind today. So in true Manifest X Mastermind fashion, we want to welcome you, Forbes. And the way we do this here, and for our new members who don't know, you get to unmute your microphone, all of you, and it's going to be a 1, 2, 3. What's up, Forbes? Y'all ready? Go ahead, find the unmute button quickly. 1, 2, 3. What's up, Forbes?
What's up,
Forbes?
Forbes, Dr. Forbes in the house. Woo woo.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. You know what, Miro, give me the ability to share my screen if you would.
Of course,
And I
you
have to
got
give a
it.
big shout out to Harrison, who's in your audience, and a couple of other my friends who are here. I love that you call this manifest. It's my favorite word. Although I don't call it manifesting, I call it Forbesing it. Well, it's true, because what the difference is, manifesting is great and all, but when everyone tells you you can't do it and you Forbes it and you accomplish it, that means you even overcame obstacles to get what you want. And I'm a huge fan of that. So Miro, tell me the nature of this group so I understand who's here and what they tend to expect from you.
Yes, of course. Thank you for asking. So let me tell you about Brittany. Brittany is such an incredible person who's in the room today. Brittany is a multi-talented, multi-hyphenate talent. So she's spiritual, tapped in, an intuitive guide. She's creative. She helps business owners with their branding. She's an event producer, speaker, coach, healer, and author. Okay, and the list goes on.
Okay, well, no, if you do that, we're going to be here all night with introductions. I only have until 6:45, and I do want to meet you guys, but if you do everybody like that, we're doomed. Give me the
30-minute conversation.
Yeah, the reason I share with you Brittany, because she's just an incredible example of all the amazing humans that are here. So when you get Brittany, you'll be able to really understand what serves everyone.
Well, but tell me the nature of your mastermind. Why do you guys show up?
Cool. So Manifest X Mastermind, it's about combining the inner work, the inner game, manifesting, spirituality, meditating, and really your belief system with the practical stuff, right? Magnetic marketing, attracting dream clients, selling out your events, your coaching programs, your retreats and your events. So people here are here to make money and make the world a better place without sacrificing one or the other, without sacrificing their values, their authenticity, or their soul.
I love that. All right. So what I can do along that vein, I'm a rather spiritual person. I've manifested amazing things in my life and I talk about them. Some of my friends like Grant Cardone go, she's so woo-woo, which I look at, go, yeah, that's what we all are, but okay, you can say it's woo-woo. So sometimes I don't share the nature of what I'm thinking. I just get down to the nitty-gritty. So one of the things that I can help everyone here with is what I call the pitch. I've grossed $2.5 billion in my career with a B. I've been around for 62 years on this planet. I do infomercials, live home shopping, and I can pitch anything, anywhere, anytime to anybody, which means no matter what I've ever done in my life, I've made money. Because if you can pitch, you can get whatever you want. And that's a funny phenomenon. The other thing that I hear in conversations with everyone is, as an intuitive, I can tell you a lot when you start talking to me, but we all can. And a lot of it comes down to the words that you use. So I've niched down to understand how to get you to articulate better what you have in your heart and to show you why you're not getting things just by the words you choose. Does that seem fair? So Brittany, if I have you unmute your mic and I ask you, what do you do? What would you say?
I work with empaths, metaphysical practitioners, and multi-talented creatives to overcome fear and trauma in their lives, to become the powerful people that they are meant to be and shine out in the world.
Doesn't she sound a lot like a billboard? As much as that may be true and real, when you really think about it, little stilted, little rehearsed, and who the heck were you talking to?
Mm-hmm.
No, and if you're open for some coaching, I'm pretty brutally honest.
Oh, definitely.
Well, number
And so
one,
at
and
the
I want
Gen
you all to
W
hear
conference
this.
too.
Because yes, she does all of those things, but we're listening and we don't really know what to expect. And yet she goes on. Did any of you feel an urge to pick up the phone and want to call her right now? That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That means even though what you do, well, because here's the next question. Why did you answer the question?
It was asked.
Right. And that's why most people who graduate high school end up working for other people, because we learned to follow the rules. We were taught to follow rules. I'm going to tell you that's not the way to get ahead. As an entrepreneur, you understand the concept of being disruptive. Can I give you the secret of why you should be answering that question? because
Yes.
at any moment, everybody in this room has a credit card, could benefit from what you do and has friends, and you want to enroll them every time you talk. So rather than just tell me what you do, because to be really honest, don't get mad at me, nobody cares what you do. They care what you can do for us. No, but that's a phenomenon, interesting thing to think about. So if you were to reword that, rather than say, I help, what if you start with as a, and the whole goal of it is to get somebody in this room to go, shit, I want to work with her. I want to know more. What would you say then?
As an empath, I help other empaths, metaphysical practitioners, and multi-talented entrepreneurs to overcome fear and trauma in their lives in the way that I've overcome it myself, which has been a long journey. And I want to make that much easier for people to shine and really show their authentic selves forward.
Was that better? A little more engaging? Here's my next question to you, though. Do you only work with empaths?
Well, it's a when you go into what an empath is, it's a broad range. Like pretty much everybody is an empath. But
But stop right there. While you well, hang on. But while you think everybody is an empath, I don't know what the word really means. And so you said, I'm an empath who works with other empaths. And that's when I shut down going, maybe I'm one, maybe I'm not. Why would you start out by excluding a whole bunch of people?
For niching, which has been requested, and that's usually the people that I deal with that come to me asking for my services for the most part.
So if you left out the word empath, what do you do for someone like me? What can you do for me?
I can help you overcome fear and limitations and overcome.
Okay, so stop right there. Wait, so stop right there. So Brittany, that's an interesting conversation. I would love to work with you, but if you start out that way, I don't have a lot of fears and limitations. I think you do more than you realize. And I think that more people would be engaging with you if you chose some different words.
That'd be great. Support me.
Yeah. Well, because I think it's going to broaden and deepen what you do. So one of the games I play is I ask you to come up with 3 words that identify what you do. So play this with me. Hi, my name is, and I'm known as, and give me 3 words. So what would those words be? That's for all of you. I think it's a great exercise.
So dynamic, multi-talented.
Okay, so now these are not words to describe you personally. I want a professional qualification. Let me show you how this might work. So I teach pitching, right? At the end of this, I want you to enroll in my pitch class. So hey, everybody, I'm Forbes Riley. I'm known as the queen of pitch because not only have I sold $2.5 billion, but I've had 14,000 students graduate. Many have turned into millionaires. That's intriguing, isn't it? And so these 3 words at the beginning of this is the beginning of one of my trainings. I'm known, now get this, my name is, I'm known as. You know the psychological benefit of saying to somebody that you're known as? So if you're known as an empath's best friend, if you're known as an empathetic healer entrepreneur, I want the title, the thing that's going to go, oh, shit. And if you're known as that, that means that you're already credible.
Okay.
Then the word because is the definition of what you're known as. So if you said, I'm known as an empathetic blah, 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 because as an empath who feels more than most people do, I awaken that sense in all the entrepreneurs I work with. Whoa. See how now you're more informative and it's more interesting? Because your only goal now is to let somebody else know what you do. So Brittany, hang on to that. Let me do somebody else who's going, what the heck is she doing? Okay, so is it Hannah Dunham?
Yes.
Hi, Hannah Dunham.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Hannah, what do you do?
I'm a therapist and holistic relationship coach.
Cool. And how can you help me? Me being the everybody.
Right. Yes. Okay. So I use holistic modalities such as mindfulness, meditation, and internal family systems to empower people to discover, to leave I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared, but heal their trauma, leave loss and heartbreak behind, to
Well,
create
now
the
actually,
life.
hang on, Hannah, let me unpack that sentence. I wasn't prepared to tell you what I do.
Yes, just tonight.
Well, let me share something with you that anytime you get an opportunity to share what you do as an entrepreneur, take it, run with it, close it down. But seriously,
running with it. Okay.
I mean, because
appreciate the
that's our only
opportunity.
job.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. No, I get that. I appreciate the opportunity.
So the next thing is you were reciting it like, again, you were thinking, here's what I do. There's all these people listening who might not know you. Guys, what you do is so precious to the world that stop not letting us know about it, right?
Yeah.
And if you can do it in a few sentences and excite us, and here's how I know this works. So I grew up the daughter of a magician. I learned a lot of things from him. One of the things is that, one of the things that magic tricks are freaking stupid. They really are. You can go online and figure out how it works. And why would you ever go to a magic show that you cut a girl in half? Come on. Look, I cut her in half with a big saw. There's her head. There's her toes. Oh, wait, I'll put her back together. Oh, she's whole. You got to be kidding me. That is the stupidest thing ever, right? Yet we all clap. We all love it. Because what the magician did was take us on a journey that we kind of already want to go on. We love to believe, and it's not just the trick. There was a story or music or whatever, but you always begin with the end in mind. So whenever you get a chance to communicate, what's the end? What's the intention? Every time you talk. And so to be mindful of that, so that you never say, I wasn't prepared, you're always prepared. This is what you do. So Hannah, if I asked you a question, I got one little piece of paper here, right? Something written on the other side. If I could get you to say that word, I must be a genius. Hannah, if I asked you a question, would you like to see something cool?
Yes.
And so I already knew the answer to that. That was the only answer I had in my hands. How did I get her to say yes? The same way I've sold $2.5 billion. I ask questions I know the answer to. So when you get a chance to engage somebody, you take it. The other thing that's really mindful to talk about is that when you're promoting a product or a service, so many of you can't wait to talk about it. But that's not how you sell it. You talk about what it does for the other person. So for example, if I hold a rock in my hand, right? I could say, hey, well, actually here, I'm going to hold I have a fitness product that I created. I could sit here and tell you all the things about this, about why it works, what it does, how I invented it. You know what I do when I meet somebody on the street out in public? I do just what I did to Hannah. I only say, hey, April, you want to see something cool? And you're going to say yes, right?
Yes.
Then I say, give me your thumbs. Okay, how weird is that? She just gave me her thumbs.
Yeah.
Right, everybody does. That's the cool thing about that. It's like, because that's an embedded command. She has no idea what I'm talking about, but I do. If we were next to each other, I'd put this on her thumbs and she'd start to spin it. I don't tell her that it spins at 125,000 RPM. I don't tell her that I'm in the National Fitness Hall of Fame. I don't tell her I've sold 2 million. All I say is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you know what she says? All the time. Oh my God, I so feel it. This is great. I could do this at the office. My mom needs one of these. I didn't even say 3 words and she's going to buy one. Every time it works that way. That's a perfect pitch. By the way, it took me a while to figure that pitch out. I used to go to conventions and I bought that 8x10 booth for $2,000, right? And people would come in and I tell them, oh, I does this. And you know what I do now? Watch this, everybody. Pick up your right arm. Everybody pick up your arm. It's wintertime. It's January, right? Feel the back of that arm. Is it tight and toned? There's a little wiggly jiggly. Yeah, come on, Eve. What if I told you in just a couple minutes a day, sitting on your Zoom call, you do this because of the tension involved in 3 weeks, it's like rock hard. Is anybody interested in knowing more about this little gadget? Yeah, you all are, because it's got nothing to do with the gadget. You all want sexy arms, and I know that. How do I know that? I'm a woman, I'm human, and I know you. So why don't you, rather than push people away, engage them? Because write this down. This is one of the secrets. Stop telling people what you think they need. And I'll tell you what, when you love your product or your service, that's your first instinct. You need this vitamin. You need this meditation. You need bullshit. Nobody needs anything. And the more you tell them what they need, the more they back away. What you want to do, and this is the secret to pitching effectively, get them to want what you have. Very cleverly. Get them to want what you have. You're all thinking, okay, I want that. I don't even know why or what it is, but I think I want it. And then the pitch is a whole lot easier to close down. The problem with us smart people, of which I think everybody is, maybe except one, Harrison, I love you anyway. Just kidding. Come on, I did that. But if you get them to want what you have, you would be surprised how much more business you have and how many more people you help. And it's a very subtle difference, but it means the entire world. So Kathy Gaines, would you, on your desk, pick up an item for me, anything from your desk? A pen, one of my all-time favorites. I have an entire career because of a pen. I do. Would you, in about 20 seconds, pitch it to us?
Okay. So this is a Easy Roller brand pen. It's beautiful. It's functional. It allowed me to write freely. The ink flows beautifully. It's easy to write with. I enjoy writing. I do more writing because this is such a wonderful, easy flowing pen. And isn't it gorgeous?
Got it. So Kathy, you pretty much told us that we need it because you love it. Did you guys get that? And here's a funny phenomenon. I walked into a TV studio 30 years ago. There's a pen sitting on a desk, and I did exactly. I had a thought that everybody was going to do what Kathy did because it's very obvious that that's how you pitch, right? Only I didn't do that. By the way, this is the start of my entire career. Pen sitting on a desk, it said, sell me this pen. I didn't grow up with any money, so the word sell used to freak me out. And I said to the camera, it's a funny thing about pens. When I was young, like 16 years old, I got into college. I was too young to be in college. And my mother every morning would write me these longhand notes in purple ink. And I would run to the mailbox and I'd get them and I would feel like I was okay. Really, truly, a pen like this can reach out and touch somebody's heart. And Jake of Body by Jake walked out from the camera, grabbed my face, because you're going to make me a lot of money. And I ended up pitching 1,500 different fitness products based on how I pitched a pen to him. So Kathy, I gave the pen a different vibe than you did because this is what most of you do. And it's not wrong. It's just not as effective as it could be. That makes sense? And even using the word I doesn't help you. Well, I love it. Well, that's great for you. How about I told you, if you've got somebody that you care about, the most important thing I think in today's climate, if you want to connect to a client or a loved one, put the texting down, stop the email, get a pen, a piece of paper, and a stamp. If you don't know what a stamp is, it's called a post office nearby. Somebody opens that letter. You remember opening a handwritten note right now? How much mail do you get? Hardly any. You want to stand out and be noticed? This is your best marketing tool. Ooh, I want none of those. Kathy, how does that resonate with you?
Better, yes.
Kind of funny, right? So Kathy, what do you do for a living?
I'm a realtor moving into being an event planner.
Nice. And what is the thing behind your
Global
head?
event planner.
What's the thing behind
it says all in Levites. It's I'm a deacon in my church and we're in a training and we're in tribes, and that's my tribe.
So another goofy thing that I teach and preach. Hopefully that was a good lesson, Miro. Was that a good lesson? I hope so. I mean, I think these are things that nobody else thinks about. But one of the other things that
I'm taking notes over here, so I'm here.
Oh, good, because I think this is valuable. I think this is valuable minutia that if you don't do this, I can tell. I hear pitches all the time and they just don't work. Because there's a couple of other layers. I don't have time to give you all this. I have to get off in about 10 minutes. I have a class to teach. I teach a 3-week training on pitching. But I'll give you another insight because I think this is important for this room. So everybody here, nobody's on a phone except Megan. You guys can see everybody else. You can see everybody else in the Zoom room here. All right, I'm going to give you a little insight that, again, it's not about you. It's about the impression that you leave for other people. Anybody ever watch a movie? Anybody ever cry at a movie? Come on, Will. I know you cried in movies. Yeah. Well, now here's the question. Why did you cry at a movie when you know it's actors, you know it's a set, you know it's not real, but you cried anyway? Well, because everything in this box was designed to take you on a journey, was designed for you. Now, even within that box, kind of like the box Game of Thrones was on television, set in a certain historical time period. And one scene, somebody left a Starbucks cup and the fans went apeshit. Because they don't have Starbucks back then. Okay, I get it. But can you imagine that one visual thing in a whole frame destroyed people, right? I don't know if you've ever seen how some movies like Marvel movies are made. It's all green screen. So actors going, oh my God, they're not fighting anything. So it's not for their sake, it's for the people watching it, right? Now I want you all to look at your boxes. I want you to look at the angle of your camera, the background you're in, the lighting that you're in. And if you're pitching me, am I going to buy from you? Are you well lit? Is your chin down here, Miss Empress? You're very close to the, and again, I'm just picking on all of you, because if you move away just a little bit, you're going to notice that people will have a different impression of you. So can you highlight Miss Empress for a second, Nikisha? And I'm going to just do a little experiment for us. Her head's like this in the box. If you push it away a little bit, sit a little further away from your camera and tilt it down a little bit so we can see your shoulders and your beautiful chest, we are going, oh, didn't she get prettier and more approachable? I know most of you didn't think about, I know, right? That's all it is. Like, I never thought about that. Now, number two, what you have in your frame. So Kathy, the reason I'm saying this is because the background, even though it means something to you, is coming out of your ears. And all I see is Olin. Doesn't mean anything because I don't know what it is. If it was a logo up here, I could read it. But right now it's kind of confusing to me. Make sense? Because you weren't thinking about my experience of what I'm looking at. For some of you, like April, I kind of like the time thing. It's cute. But for you, your face is too dark. And I would ask you, April, what kind of lighting do you have in on your camera?
Oh, right now it's overhead kitchen lighting. So not
bingo.
really.
Overhead kitchen lighting makes you look dark and shadowy. I have 2 professional light boxes, not expensive, but I'm going to tell you that I'd rather see your face bright than anything else.
Okay.
And if it's too dark, we kind of go like this. So Rachel and Will have also both used the backgrounds that come with Zoom. And I would look at, why is Rachel wearing, she's changing now, but why was she wearing a sweatshirt on the beach? I'm just, again, but you don't realize this goes on in people's heads. They're like, oh, this is frustrating. Even Miro, I'm going to pick on him. The camera's kind of down. I would pick your laptop up. Watch this. Miro, you highlight you. Come on, I'm a movie and television person. So Miro, highlight you. So I pick on everybody, including you. Pick up your laptop. Pick it up. No, don't tilt it up. Literally put it on a couple of books, because seeing the ceiling above you is a very weird feeling. It makes us feel smaller than you. Watch. Okay, keep going. Pick it up a couple of books. And all of a sudden, now when you pitch and talk, you're so much more attractive. He's working on it.
Give the
right. I love that. So Michelle, same thing for you. I cannot read what's behind your head. So if I can't read it, when you look at Michelle, you like, oh my God, couldn't she just move over a little? That's the feeling we get. Also, Michelle, what kind of lighting do you have on your face?
Just my room light.
I got it. Here's the cool thing about Zoom. Zoom is television. Zoom doesn't see the same light that's in your house is like a regular light. These lights are tungsten to be on film and brighten you up. Because look at her face. She's beautiful, but it's kind of like pink and muddy. Guys, this is how you're pitching me. This is the conversation. I close massive deals. I just did Real Summit, thousands of people. This is the place that you do it. You don't realize how precious this space is. More than anything else, you got to clean this up and make it. And I wouldn't, like Harrison, I wouldn't necessarily put your book behind you. I would put what you want people to see and enjoy. And nowadays you have complete autonomy. If I want to be in a television studio, I can be in a TV studio. If I want to look like I'm against a brick wall, problem with that is you're thinking, Forbes, what are you, in the basement? I would much rather be in a great house. Or when I did my event, I put up a beautiful event thing and I had a whole thing here. And I do have a green screen because I think that makes all the difference. One of my favorite backgrounds, I love this because I'm just a star. And you have the ability to do this. Why not make full use of it? This is one of my favorite ones when I teach pitching. I go to town on this because I only needed one little reminder about what I'm up to, but you're not looking, how do I see through it? Does that resonate with you guys? And I got to tell you, if a simple background, I don't need my house. You don't know what my house looks like. But you go, wow, that's a nice house. She lives a good life, right? One of my other ones, I can also be kind of creative and crazy. If I say, hey, if I show up with this background, you got to look at me. You guys, like, she's like the brightest one in the room. So being intentional about that and specific and looking, going, wow, I'm kind of getting it. One of my other favorite ones that it's funny how you can really make an impression like you would do with any other branding. You totally want to take this moment and embrace it in every which way. And so, Miro, the problem with your background now is, here's a question we ask in my class. Do you look like you make under 100,000 or over 100,000? Baby sitting in a corner of a room, I'm thinking, yeah, he's in his mom's house and he's just going to give that much air. Guys, you can do whatever you want, but I want you to objectively look as though you're in a movie. Does that make sense? So Christine, for you, while I love what you've got to look at Christine Grant for a second. She's beautiful, but I'm seeing a bottle on a beach. And again, I don't know you, but this is the impression you're leaving. There's a book there, but the words are so small. Why would you do that? People are not here to talk to you to read your URL. You can always add it. No, it's true. You can always add it, but you need to make it appealing enough. Because right now, when you look at, aren't you all going, what does the book say? What is that? And it makes me uncomfortable because I can't read it. Like, don't need better glasses. Well, don't make me uncomfortable. Make it matter. Take this moment and really enjoy it, right?
Okay.
All right, Miro. Oh, look at Miro. Miro's not getting, he's like, I got this. Also, guys, you got to use a green screen. Miro, if you don't, Miro, wiggle your fingers for a second for me. Wiggle your fingers. If your fingers disappear like they're doing, subliminally, we don't trust you because you're not real. This is all a lot of subliminal stuff, guys. I'm a hypnotist and I do a lot of brain work. I look real. You'll like to libely trust me, right? I look at Rachel and Will and go, why are they sitting outside the Golden Gate Bridge? And you have to ask yourself, if you're in San Francisco, in Silicon Valley, maybe, but you've got a second to make an impression. Why not make the very best one you can imagine? Does that resonate with all of you? All right, Christine's she's still changing it. She's doing it. Christine, what do you do for a living? Unmute. I can read lips only so well.
Okay. I am your solution to transform any type of challenge you might be going through in your relationship, no matter the dynamic. So I call myself a word activator, and I help people to find the right words for what they really want to say to ameliorate any type of challenge, whether it's estrangement or falling out, or you want to reheat the souffle in your relationship, whatever.
How about we start with 3 words? How about I'm the relationship word activator?
Okay, that's good.
Well, because word activator means that you're going to help me write my book. Relationship word activator. And I will tell you that I like the 2 people behind you. I got to sense your relationship, but I really don't enjoy the book and the writing. So I don't mind the relationship. I think that's kind of cool. And I like your pitch. I would shorten it because it's not less words, more impact.
Okay.
And again, this is why I teach this, because I believe that and I like somebody wrote meditation on pitching. There are so many subtle aspects of what it means to pitch. And it doesn't mean to tell us what you do. It doesn't mean to teach us. It means to excite, engage, and enroll us into what you do for our own benefit. And to master it. And as much as you all know what you do, to master the art of pitching, because there's a couple of other elements I think that most people don't realize. You don't realize that everything that you do has a feature and a benefit. And if you understand those, you can talk about your product and service for hours. So most people will say a feature, well, for example, so here's a handheld fitness product, right, Christina? What do you think a feature of this is?
That it's handheld.
All right. So if it's handheld, what's the benefit of that?
That you can travel with it. You can take it anywhere you are.
Love that. Eve Ruiz, I know you guys don't really know what this is, but what's another feature of this product that you see? Unmute, my girl.
There we go. So another feature of that, It appears to be very flexible.
There you go. All right. So it's flexible. And the benefit of that is that anybody can use it. It's not really flexible, but it does provide resistance. And the benefit of that is you get a great workout in a short period of time. Michelle, what would another feature of this be?
Get me back on the fucking.
It looks like a really cool toy. Like
Okay.
you can manipulate it to do different things.
Well, that's more of a benefit because it is a cool tool. It looks cool, but you know who's really bad at this game? Smart people. Because you overthink. No, it's true. Here's a feature, Michelle. It's silver. Now, I know that's so basic. Most people go, well, it's silver. The benefit of that is it's a great color for men and women to have. Another benefit is the handles are round. The benefit is you can put your hands in a variety of different ways. A feature is it's lightweight. The benefit is it can go anywhere with you. And that's usually, now I use this as an example because many of you for your coaching services, your businesses don't realize the feature and then complement it with the benefit. So for example, if you've got a 6-week coaching, very rarely does anyone ever say that. Hey guys, my coaching is 6 weeks. The benefit of that, it's not too long, it's not too short. Hey, a benefit of my business is I run it. I'm your point of contact. The benefit of that is I've devoted 30 years to what I do and I'm the best person to help you. And all of a sudden you've got talking points that you didn't even realize in your world of pitching. Does that resonate? Yes. I love that Chantel has now upgraded. Chantel now lives in a mansion with a giant freaking chandelier. But when you look at, no, Chantel, I love it. I pin her up. When I see her now, what's the vibe? This girl's got some money, or there's something elegant about her. And that's all you subliminally go, oh yeah. So Chantel, what do you do?
As a money coach, I help people to save money, master money in the way that fits with their lifestyle, and learn ways on how to build up their money.
I like that. Yeah. Now, could you take it to another level? Could you say, I help people like you who might have a fear of money? Those two words usually go, oh, wait, she's talking to me. I got to listen.
All right. Okay. As a money coach, I help you tackle your fear of money by learning how to save your money in a way that really helps you live the lifestyle that you want.
I love it. Can you give me 3 words? I'm known as what?
Let's see. Sorry, repeat your question.
If you were to say 3 words, because you said I'm a money coach, it's okay. But you could, if you said you had 3 words, I'm known as what?
Let's see. I know my title's been the millennial money coach. Another way would be creative money coach, because I am a creative as well.
I don't know if creative and money attacks my ears when I first hear it. You could be the money saving coach, the money making coach. That one word might be, oh, she's a money making coach and she's known as that. Oh, I want to know more. You guys would be so surprised what one word will do to somebody's ears. It will totally transform how they listen to you. And that's what you want to focus on. So Miro, what do you think?
I think you're crushing it, Forbes. And I have a request. I'm a little jealous. I get fear of missing out over here. One, I wonder if you can help me and all of us to communicate the message of this amazing group better. Because I also noticed that you asked me, hey, what is this group? What are y'all up to? I was like, my message was not Forbesified yet.
Oh, I love that. Forbesifying it. Oh, yes, that is good. Well, guys, I do have a big class that I teach in a little bit. I do have a training, which, yes. Miro, I gave you a link to things. You can give out your link, but and I'll give it to you so that you can do that. But I have a couple of trainings. One, I have a $19 class that I teach every Sunday, and I'll give all these links to Miro so he can handle this. But what you just went to last night for 2.5 hours, I drilled this. It is a whopping $19. What did you think of the value of that class?
It was fire. Are you serious? It was worth $20,000.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool intensive. So I'll give that to you. And then another class, a bit more expensive, $197. Again, nothing I'm doing is wildly expensive, is a training that I'm actively doing right now called 1 Minute to Millions. And what that does for you is it's an intensive workbook. It's not a long course, but all the things that I did in terms of how you structure this, it has you answer a template. Hi, I'm known as, and it's words. It's words that when you use them in the right order, fire. Hi, I'm known as Forbes Riley. Oh, no, sorry. Hi, my name is Forbes Riley. I'm known as the world's best mother because I've got 2 kids, one who's in college, one who's in business, and they call me every day to tell me how much they love me. An example of what I've achieved, what I'm known for, my mission is, these are a whole bunch of psychologically in the correct order. When you do this and you can create this pitch and we film it, 60 seconds, you put it on your website, you put it in an email, all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, I get who you are. I realize that. It's 1 minute and insanely engaged. My whole goal, like you said, in terms of making money. So as all of you are very mindful, meditative, spiritual, I get it. But now you got to realize that your purpose has to be communicated to other people. And so practicing these skills will allow you to look at a room and realize who you're talking to, what they can best benefit. And so next time somebody asks you what you do, before you just rattle off what you do, you're going to take a moment and go, oh, okay, I look at the age, the sex, the height, the weight of this person. I can pretty much tell something about them as we're all empathetic and right. What is it that I do that could best serve them in that moment? And if you do it right, it will change every time you speak. Not a lot, but just enough to prove to yourself that you're empathetic enough with them as the listener and that you care. And you'd be surprised. So Hannah, who was just kind of reading off what she does, and I get that, because until you met me, you didn't realize that this is like the secret sauce, I think, of all entrepreneurs. And when you nail it and when you practice it, I believe your life and your business will change, and the people that you help will feel that you love them because you're talking to them, you're enrolling them. And the other thing I like to think about in our world is before I start talking at all, I always think about what is the biggest problem that my customer suffers from? What do they suffer from? I can pretty much look at any group of entrepreneurs. I only teach one thing. I teach how to pitch, how to communicate, right? Do you think that any group of entrepreneurs might benefit from this? Yeah. It is. So you don't want to put, Leah, you don't want to put affiliate with Forbes. That will get you to sign up for all my classes. So Miro, go to that and you're going to pull off a link and I'll talk to you. You communicate with your group. Because
we noticed that. So we're on it. We're getting the right link out for everyone who wants to be part of Forbes class. We got the special hookup for you.
You know, and then I am doing something beyond that. I had a training for a while and I just revamped it and opened it up and got coaches for this, because my big push for this year, and that's not happening until March, is a thing called Next Level. One of the things that most entrepreneurs don't realize is the aspects of branding, of what it takes to be a brand. Forget the business part, but who you are, how you show up in this box, how your free gift shows up, how you can be on podcasts. People come to me all the time. I've had a podcast for 20 years, a radio show podcast, and I'm asked every day to be on other people's. Well, how did I do that? Because of what I created. I come from nowhere. Nobody knew who I was. I've just built this reputation. Well, it's incumbent upon you to build yours, but no one's ever pushed you to do that. You just think about who you are, open a shingle and go. Now, there's a little bit more to that. Has anyone ever told you to create your own podcast?
Yeah.
Kick them. Kick them. They're idiots. You don't need a podcast. No, I'm not kidding. My goal is to help people. You do not need a podcast until you have 5,000 people on your email list. Anyone here have 5,000 people on their email list? Then you can consider a podcast. You know why? Because without that many people to communicate to, you might as well grab your hairbrush and talk in the mirror, because no one's listening to you in your podcast and they're trying to sell you something that's not real. So yes, you've got something to say, but no one listening. Who cares? And it's hard to make money from a podcast. I know, I'm pretty famous and I still have a hard time making money. So why are you doing it? They can't give you a good reason. And then I've been around rooms where they're selling things that are just ridiculous. So I come in and go, no. I did this conversation yesterday. My client says, oh, but I just got these 5 great speakers and I want to talk about how to overcome sadness and they all want to participate. I said, that's great. Do you want to make money? Yes or no? Of course I want to make money. Would you like me to tell you how? Yes, here's how you make money. You take those 5 speakers, you record the interview that you think was a podcast, and you turn it into a video series called How to Overcome Sadness. And then you take that and you make that into a book called How to Overcome Sadness. And you then reach out to other podcasts and say, hey, I've got a great book and a $97 course on how to overcome sadness. Get on 100 people's podcasts, leverage their email list, and make 100 sales, make $9,700. Much smarter business plan, isn't it? Yeah. So that's, guys, there's just ways I've been making money my entire life. I see things for other people. I love coaching and I love coming up with things that are just obvious. And I was a millionaire at 27 with a very unusual business, and I've never stopped. One, if you can pitch, you can always enroll people. Here's the next little secret. For the first 30 years of my career, thank God, I didn't own my own product at all. I pitched other people's stuff. I was the world's greatest spokesperson. I didn't have any inventory, any customer returns, any worrying about if my course is working. I'd pitch Harrison, I'll pitch Mira, I'll pitch anybody. And I made $2.5 billion pitching other people's products. I pitched juicers and blenders and none of them were mine. The biggest problem you all seem to have is you think that your creation is the world's best thing. Okay, it may be, but have you ever sold anything for anybody else? Because your pitching skills, when they get to be your stuff, it's really uncomfortable. And then when somebody tells you no, you take it personally. Oh, my product doesn't work. They don't like my coaching. They don't like me. Both, they didn't like your pitch. And if you can pitch something else that you don't care about, okay, you don't want the rock, who cares? But to practice those skills, and like April just said, affiliate marketing, let me tell you something. Here's why you need next level. Because many of you pitch affiliate marketing like you don't matter. You and your brand are the only thing involved in affiliate marketing. Your word, when people come to you, who are you? What do you represent? Do you walk the walk? Do you look great in your Zoom box? They want to jump on a live with you. I go down the list of what we teach in Next Level, because I used to call it OPP, other people's platforms. Have you ever done your colors, your branding, your mission statement, your vision statement, your signature store? I go down the list. I have 6 weeks worth of homework. And then what we put in, and I'm very proud of the new people that I've met, some of the world's greatest coaches, because now we have not only me teaching, but implementation weeks. Because one of the things I learned, you can't learn to swim by reading a book. You just can't. You can't learn to pitch by just reading a book. You got to get in the deep end of the pool and splash around. And I will take that. Yeah. And that makes all the difference. So to that end, that's what I do with people. Experiential, and then I push people. If you work for a corporation, you don't do what you're supposed to do, they fire you. You're an entrepreneur, you don't do what you're supposed to do. You don't know what, okay, guess I didn't do that. If you had a resolution to lose 15 pounds in January, right? Come on, April. February 1st, you gained 15. Who cares? Right? You like have a moment of going, oops, screw that up. And you keep going on as though it doesn't matter. Many of the entrepreneurs I've met go year after year and just flounder around, and it breaks my heart. So to that end, I do have a free gift. I guess you can go to www, free gift from Forbes. There's a video series there. Also, my personal link, ForbesRiley.com, is all kind of fun things. And we have a beautiful Facebook group with 6,500 people, my students. If you ever want to pop in and make some new friends, I am all about at this point in my life. When do I have to go in 4 minutes? Up-leveling, creating a community. I didn't have any place to go. I don't have a family. My parents are long gone, and I didn't have any aunts or uncles. I led a very sheltered life. I've discovered my greatest joy in life, since I don't do this for the money anymore, because I've got that, is I love the thank yous. I love the video testimonials. I love people who love on me. It's very selfish. I have great testimonials. And I played some of those last night, Mira. Didn't they make you cry? Because when I was a kid, I just didn't matter to anybody. I was ugly, I was awkward, I was lonely. And all of a sudden, I dreamed, I manifested an amazing life. I manifested 2 beautiful babies that I pushed out at 42 who are now 20. I manifested the most handsome, excuse me, all my men here, the most handsome man in the world who loves me to pieces. If you've ever taken a look at them, you want to go nuts? How did you, Forbes, manifest this? And it's a manifesting story. If you go to Instagram and type in this, I have a little game I play. If I said, people said, well, what is your fiance? I said, well, take a look at him on Instagram. If you don't say, wow, I'll give you $100. That's unusual, right? If you've ever seen him, you're like, wow, okay. Loving, amazing, because I finally made a list of all the things that I wanted and I deserved. You know, I'm a huge manifester. I manifested this amazing room. Harrison, how are you doing?
I'm doing sensational, Forbes, and I just want to edify you because when you edified me on my Spalshes Big Changes event, I got more compliments on that edification than I got on anything in the world. So that's pretty amazing. So thank you, Forbes. I appreciate that. And
Well,
you know, I'm the luckiest man in the world. I get to wake up every day and do what I love and do what I care about and help other people do what they care about. So that's pretty awesome, just for itself, you know.
It's lovely to see you. And Christine, I did meet you on the Marketer Cruise. That was a tough cruise back then, right after Joshua was in a massive motorcycle accident. Miro, I got to jump. I would love to, if you guys want to come back, to invite you guys to some fun things. And I appreciate your dedication to what you do. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you. Let's give it up for Dr. Forbes Riley, everyone.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
guys.
Forbes.
Run, I gotta go to class. Bye.
All good. Go to
Thank
class.
you.
Lovely.
Bye.
So that was Forbes Riley, y'all. Super grateful that she's dropped the knowledge bombs. And I want to make sure you get to integrate everything properly. I did share the link. We just created behind the scenes the affiliate link. So it will support Manifest X mission, and you get actually some discounts and bonuses for using this particular link for signing up. So that's the pitching like a pro masterclass that she told us all about. And so if you want to do that, you can. That link is now available in the chat. And on top of that, who thought that was super valuable? Who got some nuggets out of this? Just like raise your hand. Okay, who thought a big waste of time? I ain't coming back. All right, great. Just check it. All right, so sweet. What we're gonna do is to integrate everything, because who's gone to an event or masterclass or whatever, got a lot of information. It's like, yo, this is great information. This would be great for my business. And then you go on, and life is the same as before. Has that ever happened to you? Okay, great. So this is not what we stand for here at Manifest X Mastermind. Okay, because this manifestation, it's having an idea, right? Imagination. And then communication, expressing that idea, clarifying it to another person and to yourself, journaling, right? In the camera, telling your accountability buddy, your coach, or somebody that cares about you, that believes in you. It's very important. Communicate your message. So imagination. I'm telling you the creation process, the manifestation process, it always works. It's never not worked in any other way. It's imagination, communication, unification. So now you get to organize the people, the resources, the time to put things in a sequence, right? To make stuff happen. And then unification is met with implementation. Now that creates results. Implementation is the final piece where you create a result. And from that result, you get to be in celebration. You get to acknowledge all the success that you've already created. Cool? Pretty neat, right? So we just got some cool information. Some of us got to communicate and practice saying stuff out loud. Not all of us did, though. So I want to open up breakout rooms in just a moment where we get to practice communicating our cool ideas about our business and our separate products. If you don't yet have a product to sell, whether it's an offer on your own or something that you're ready to pitch right now, just go ahead and raise your hand. Like, let's actually get a raise of hand of like who here has a high ticket offer. Let's start there. Who has something that's over $1,000 that they're ready to sell right now? Just keep your hands up, raise it high, keep it up all the way to the top so it's abundantly clear. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's see how we can go. Who's got something that's over $3,000 to sell? Keep your hands up if you have it. Something over 3,000. Just Hannah, me, Jim, aka James, Brittany. Okay, Michelle, that's 2. All right, some of you are being courageous. We got Empress and Will in the house. Great. Keep your hands up if you got something higher than $5,000. $5,000 or above, keep your hands up. Sweet. Who's got something higher than $10,000? Okay, Chantel's still in the game. Oh, love it. Who's got something higher than 20 grand? 20 grand and above. Cool, cool, cool. Of course, now Harrison's starting to play with us. All right, cool. All right, so who's got something higher than 30 grand? 30? All right, cool. We still got players. Okay, 50 grand and above. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, cool. 100 grand and above. Sweet. So y'all getting it. So who here has not yet has their own offer? Who's not yet got their own offer, something of their own? Cool, cool. Just Kathy. Amazing. And April. Okay, so you two is an amazing opportunity here. You get to leverage what Forbes calls OPP, other people's platforms and other people's products. Because if you do something that you're already using, that you believe in yourself, you can just recommend it to somebody, practice enrollment, practice pitching, and get paid for learning. You get paid, you earn while you learn. And it's the most essential skill for any entrepreneur. I meet so many leaders and potential, successful people who go out of the way. They're willing to learn marketing. They're willing to go on social media, willing to do whatever it takes when it comes to learning how to enroll other people, sales in here, and no one get rejected. They're like, no, I don't want to do that. And what they're missing out on is freedom. What they're missing out on is having their own visions come true. And what they're missing out on is having an impact that only they can make. And they end up working for other people's vision. And then guess what? They still end up doing some kind of enrollment in sales anyway. But they don't do it in a way that it is for them. They just do it the way that they have been trained. And that's cool. So, yeah, the life is an enrollment game. Either you enroll them into your vision or they enroll you in theirs. So if you tell me that I can't learn it, then you're trying to enroll me that you can't learn it. Right? So anyway, it's the most important skill any entrepreneur can learn. It's worth practicing. That's what we get to do today. And where was I going with that? Yeah, so for those of you who don't yet have your own offer, you get to be part of our affiliate program. And everyone else here as well. Just this morning, I enrolled somebody into my productivity planner. It's not mine. I don't own it. It's intelligentchange.org that does it. And I just believe in it. I use it every day. It helps me be productive. As an entrepreneur, my brain goes into 1,000 directions, but when I write stuff down, it just helps me focus my intentions and get stuff done. So I recommend it to everybody, and I get to practice enrollment. You know what I mean? So Tim Ferriss endorsed it. It's amazing. It helps me save time. It creates time. It makes me money. It's the productivity planner. It's what it's called. It's on intelligentchange.org. And I'm not affiliated. I don't get kickbacks. I don't make money from it. I just like to tell people what works. Okay, it gets to be that simple. So with all of that said, we heard some very specific prompts that I want everyone here to walk away with. I want everybody here to know what to say in the first 30 seconds when you have the opportunity to grab the microphone. Christine had some amazing examples. I want to acknowledge you guys who've been prepared, ready. I could tell this wasn't the first time you practiced this. And some of you guys are going to need a little bit more practice, and that's cool. None of us are exempt from practice. It always continues, because if you don't use it, you lose it. All right, so some of the prompts that we have is, hi, my name is, and as a blank, I'm known as blank. And a frame, and you can follow up with because, and give it a reason. So we're going to write all of this down so it's easy to follow. And the 3 E's is excitement, engagement, and enrollment. Creating excitement, engagement, enrollment. And so that's how we're going to score each other, because we're going to be each other's accountability buddies. And everybody gets to pitch and practice. Nobody skips. And then you're going to rate them on a scale from 1 to 10. How exciting was it? How engaging was it? Like, did you feel like you want to participate, ask questions? And how enrolling was it? You're like, I want to buy that. I'm going to go to that website, or I'm going to do that. Did you feel that that like, yo, if I was your person, that's what I would want to do, right? Cool. What's up, Christine? I see your hand.
Thanks. I just wanted to say what Forbes said was so impressive when she remarked how she could sell everybody else's stuff. And then when it came to her own, that really resonated with me, because I was a film location scout and sold movies. I sold real estate. I was the top agent. Every year I was doing it. I was in advertising, all these commercial industries, selling other people's stuff. And I was great. And when it comes to mine, because it's like my babies, my creativity, that has been a stumbling block for me sometimes, and to ask for enough money, because it comes easy to me. So it's like, yeah, I want to help everybody. So the high ticket thing, I'm like, no, that'll keep certain people out of the realm of my human service. So, just wanted to mention that's an interesting thing for me to ponder once again.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And so, yeah, who else? Who's got a big takeaway that they want to share before we open up breakout rooms? Shares. Don't go all at once. Okay, Hannah.
Okay, I've just heard a ton of people promote how to make an offer. And I just was really blown away by how she did that with the blanks, fill in this blank, like her template is so precise. It's beaten everything I've ever heard. And so, yeah, I thought she was awesome, really awesome, because she really delivered. Yeah, in a short period of time. Yeah, thank you for bringing her on. Awesome.
Of course, it only gets better from here. Like, I set an intention to, network with millionaires and billionaires and help everybody to get there as well. So, yeah, that's the benefit of being part of this community is upgrading your network. And one of the things for those of you who are speakers, use the opportunity to connect with people like Forbes. And what happens is you get to swap stages and interviews. So I saw her at an event, and this is true story behind the scenes. And I see your hand raised, Rachel. You're up next. It was really the networking game. And I think it started with Mikey somewhere. I don't know if you guys know Mikey. Mikey introduced me to Harrison right here, he was here. Harrison Klein introduced me to probably Kessa. I think, did you introduce me to Kessa?
Yes.
Kessa, yeah, cool. So Kessa starts the Global Awakening movement, which is an event in Miami. Now I go there and we're brainstorming, masterminding how to make that event successful. I meet Forbes Riley. I share, hey, look, I got a platform. Come speak on my stage. I find out she has a TV show, radio show, and 1.8 million followers on Facebook. So we're doing interviews. I get to speak on her stage.
Introduced Forbes to Kessa. I introduced Laurel to Kessa. I introduced James Dentley to Kessa. I introduced Kara Dentley to Kessa. I introduced a lot of people to Kessa. So yeah.
And Harrison Klein also, yeah, you also introduced me to Laura Langmeyer, and she got to speak at our Get Paid to Speak challenge. So literally, you connect with one impactful person, and by networking up, you lead with value, right, without asking anything in return. And then the law of reciprocity has it that the invitations are on the table. So now this information and opportunities flow freely and continuously. And I'm going to share this with each of you because guess what? Each of you represent a platform. Each of you has skills, value to offer. And you start with the people that you have here, and you network up. Like, who's the most badass influencer that you know, right? Who's the best money and mindset coach that you know, right? So if that's your niche, you want to connect with those people who already have your audience or complementary audiences. So does that make sense? Y'all getting this? Say I'm getting it.
Getting it.
Getting it.
All right.
Getting it.
Getting it.
Thank you. I love the responses. I'm all about the words of affirmations. If I don't hear from you, I'm thinking y'all playing Tetris. Just kidding. Nobody plays Tetris anymore. All right, cool. Let's get it. Let's hear from Rachel, and then we'll break open the breakout rooms.
Yeah, even what you just said dovetailed to what I was gonna say too, because when she was talking about pitching other people, it's like exactly what I'm doing with my clients, and it's what you're saying. Like, yeah, I've done the work. I have all my clients, and now I promise them healing sessions every month. And so bringing in that talent to do that has been, great opportunities for others, but also helps me. Like, that's better. I'm better at talking about the great things other people are doing than like what I'm doing, I guess. So I definitely relate to that. So, yeah. And so just to throw it out there again with everyone, like that is something that I'm looking for my clients. And I look forward to continuing to let y'all know that, and hopefully give y'all some opportunities to come and get paid to speak to my clients as well, so I can pitch you guys.
Let's get it. So I want to make sure you guys are getting this. Rachel is an absolute badass and being generous. She's a creator of opportunity. All right. She's enrolled enough clients into her program that now she can bring people on and benefit from the opportunity. Okay. So what that means is she's looking for healers and coaches, much like you guys, to come on and help her clients with what they're dealing with. Is that right, Rachel?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
All right. Tell us a couple of criteria, and also what is the upside possibility opportunity? I mean, I understand it's probably case by case, but how much can you share about this? Because I think it's worth knowing about what it is that you stand for too. Let's start there. People don't know what you do. What is it you do?
Oh yeah, I'm a victim rights attorney, and so I have a holistic law practice. Sorry, where I I help crime victims and domestic violence victims, etc.
Okay. Pause. We're gonna start over because we get to practice the pitch framework. Okay? So you can start with, hi, my name is, as a blank, I am known as blank because blank.
Oh, I love it.
Hi,
I'm Rachel. Do you have to say it back to me like the AA meetings, or just kidding?
So hi, Rachel.
No, just stop.
I'm known as, or as a blank, I am known as blank because blank.
I am known as one of the very few victim rights attorneys in the state of Colorado, and I'm the only one who's doing what I call holistic legal care for my clients. They are victims of crime. And what was the other two parts? I'm
known as because blank. I'm known as blank because blank. You got to I'm known as blank, which is great. And then because why?
Because there's really no one else doing what I'm doing in the state of Colorado. It's not common for lawyers to even sort of be concerned with the health of their clients, sadly enough. And so me bringing I'm just known as being someone who's bringing a trauma-informed approach to legal work. And I literally was just featured this week in Colorado Law Weekly in an article where they talk about it. So.
Boom, let's get it. So I'm seeing the snaps and the head nods. Real quick, y'all, check your EEEs, right? If we were to give Rachel a score, was it exciting? On a scale from 1 to 10, how exciting is it? Was it engaging? Scale from 1 to 10, how engaging is it? You got everybody's attention because I get people paid to speak, so you better pay attention to me now. All right. So what else? And then enrolling. You feel enrolled. You want to learn more about Rachel.
Okay.
Some maybe a little bit. Okay. So I'd give you from the audience responses like an 80%. That's a B right now. Okay, you get a lot of 10 out of 10s, but then the enrollment piece, there's something that doesn't have them jumping out of their chairs yet.
I haven't explained the opportunity.
All right, tell us about the opportunity.
So the opportunity is to come and actually get an honorarium to come every month. I do a healing session with my clients. I do giveaways for them, like self-care packages, whatever, to really encourage people to come live, but it is recorded. And so they get to see the recording for those who aren't comfortable. But I have 18 clients. Okay. And some of them are former clients. Maybe 5 of them are former clients, but they're still on the list and they're still allowed to come. And so I pay the speakers to come and speak. You get an honorarium. You also get the ability to resonate with these clients who are going through things that they're looking for answers, and you may in fact have them. And so then you can recruit clients through that. So
power. Let's go. Sweet. And then what's the action step? Call to action.
Right. The call to action would be to please, if you would like to reach out to me, or if you're interested in this opportunity, go ahead and drop your info in the chat. I'll be sure to copy paste them all, just put them in a form, and I can send you my Calendly link when we get off of here so that you can schedule a consultation with me. It'll just be a 20-minute consultation. You want to bring or just be prepared to do your pitch. Let me know what it is that you do. I know a lot of your faces already and where your hearts are at, so that's great. Ethically, I think you'd be all great, but let's just see if it fits in with the different rubric that I have and when would be a good time. So that's why we want to have that pitch on what exactly you do, so I can see where it fits in. But yeah, drop your info in the chat and I'll send you my link.
Very cool. All right. We're going to get real-time feedback on how you did. Very good.
I rambled. I know. Okay, I ramble. Oh.
You're good, Rachel. So thank you for playing full out, and I put you on the hot seat. I put you on the spot. So now we get to all practice. I'm gonna give you guys a moment to wrap up your messages, and I'm gonna open up breakout rooms. Are you open for feedback, Rachel?
Always. Yeah. Always, always. If it was
Okay, cool.
terrible, tell me even more. Like, yes, all the
Yeah.
feedback.
So feedback for yourself, and I want you to acknowledge yourself. What did you do well, and what can be even better next time?
I think I repeated, like I like to say things and then I circle back and like say them again. And I think I said it, I like being concise, decisive in it, confident in it. This is an opportunity. I'm excited to share it with everyone and just end it right there. That's where I would say I'm doing it right now. So I'm going to stop.
Boom. Amazing. You're noticing the feedback and implementing immediately. I want to acknowledge you for that. Yes. That's the biggest growth edge for all of you speakers here. You love the sound of your voice, and so do I. Okay, I only notice because I am you. And our growth edge is to shut up. Have the mic drop moments. Let it land. It's in those moments of the pregnant pause that the information sinks in. Does that make sense? And then ask questions to really lock it in. Does that make sense? That's an example of that. Those are called tag questions. You tag them on in the end. Okay, let's do this. So I'm noticing the information in the chat. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 instant responses out of 17 people in the room. I'm a host. Leah is team, so 15. It's got 4 out of 15. Okay, that's your feedback. 4 out of 15 people raised their hands, and so the opportunity is, right? I mean, those are the facts. 4 out of 15. Cool. So my challenge, or for you, Rachel, is show up in a way that next time when you rock the stage and you open your mouth, it's 14 out of 14. Right? The maximum potential. That's how we want to show up. That's the possibility, right? So amazing. You did amazing, and we're all here to practice. Nobody came out of the womb perfect at pitching. So we're just going to rock it. For some reason, I don't see. Okay, here we go. Breakout rooms. Let's go. I'm going to open up breakout rooms. We are 17 people. We're going to do 4 groups and rock and roll. So the first person, okay, raise your hand if you're ready to go first on a breakout room. Go ahead and raise your hand right now if you're ready to go first. Okay, if you're not ready to go, okay, I saw Chantel's hand go up. Amazing. Congrats, Chantel. If you're not ready to go first, raise your hand. Okay, I see you, Christine. All right, great. And then I see you, Hannah. All right, great. So Hannah and Christine are gonna go first. And and the rest of you just didn't vote at all. Okay, I see you too. You're gonna be in a breakout room, awkwardly looking at each other, wasting your time. That's what you're gonna do. Okay. Seriously, life is now. All right. So I want to acknowledge you, Chantel. You get to go first. Use this time. And if you don't feel comfortable, go for it. Because the opportunities everywhere, they don't wait. They're now. Life is now. You got this. Safe space. All right, breakout rooms are open. Happy creating. You got 8 minutes to practice. Everybody gets to go. How we doing, Brittany? Not the recording, but returning from breakout rooms. Forbes brought the heat, and people were practicing their pitches, giving radical feedback, crying. No, just kidding. Nobody cried. Not yet. Not yet. But we'll get there.
Not yet, but the empaths are in the room.
Yeah. Did I tell you I did a cacao ceremony last week and I had everybody cry? This is so beautiful.
Why you got everybody crying, Miro?
Yeah. Sometimes it's tears of joy. Sometimes like, holy shit, I didn't know that was in there. There, get to work with new material.
Why are you making people cry?
Because I'm just a bully like that.
Thumbs up.
All right, welcome back. How was breakout rooms?
You're good.
While you guys were crying, we were laughing on our end. We were having great laughs.
All right. Who had who had a hard time making their pitch? Who had like just a trouble getting the words out? Raise your hands. Some of you, very good. And then who had a hard time giving feedback? It was hard for you to say, this sucked, you could do way better. Who had a hard time with that? Nobody. Okay, great. All right. So we're going to do quick shares. I want to hear one representative. You can vote of one representative from each breakout room real quick. Who gets to speak for the group? So cast your votes in the comment box right now. Just type the name. And we hear one share from each group. And then we will jam. If you have enough time, we'll do another round. If not, I will close it down and I will show you next steps to greatness. So Empress says Rachel gets to speak. James says April gets to speak. And I think we're going to start there. We're going to start with James and April. April, please unmute yourself. I want to hear, what happened. What happened inside of your breakout group?
What happened inside of our breakout group? Well, James went and gave us I went and tried to give a pitch, but really couldn't. So then I threw it open. And James went and gave, the start of a good pitch. We got some feedback and got some feedback from the group, and then Miro, you came in and gave James some more feedback, and then when Miro left the house, Michelle had the last 60 seconds to give a pitch, and James and I thought that Michelle actually knocked the ball right out of the ballpark there. She did a really good job.
Let's go. Good job, April. Good job, Michelle. All right, so who's next? Looks like Empress voted for Rachel. Rachel says I already spoke. Empress says, what did Empress say? Dr. Eve. Amazing, Chantel. Okay, make up your minds and speak. The mic is hot. Ready, set, go.
Okay, how do I get on?
Let's see what happens.
How do I?
You're already unmuted, Dr. Eve.
Good, but I wasn't on the right screen, so I didn't know if I was in the right place. Okay, but now I can see somebody else. I see April. Oh, host to spotlight.
April from the spotlight, so the spotlight is yours, Dr. Eve.
Okay. I enjoyed our meeting because I am going to be on Rachel's stage soon. And so we were talking just a little bit about that and how it's going to go. And we did our pitches. Since she had just done hers, I went in on mine and Chantel went in on hers. And then we had Empress. And we were able to give each other feedback, not just about the words being used, but about how we communicated them, also the lighting and the backgrounds. So I think that having talked with Dr. Forbes Riley, we're more focused now on a lot of the details or more the technicalities in doing the presentation rather than just the words.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Sounds like you have a holistic approach now, which is a theme for everybody here. Very good. Awesome. Let's give it up for Dr. Eve. Sweet. Cool. So we got 15 minutes left. I want to introduce you to a quick concept, especially since Dr. Eve was here. So Dr. Eve and I, y'all don't know this. Can I tell them, Dr. Eve, what we've been working on secretly behind the scenes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So Dr. Eve and I, we hung out at a few in-person events, and she's a VIP. So acknowledge you for being a VIP. Appreciate you. And what she gets from that is we started dialing in her signature talk. Now, a signature talk, it goes by different names. I'm gonna put myself on a spotlight, and it's a framework, much like Forbes has her framework on how she does pitching. That's a framework that I know that helped me build my six-figure business and then grow from there, and just consistently be able to know what I get to put on social media in order to resonate with my audience. And I was just working with Dr. Eve on this, and I basically channeled her signature talk for her ideal audience, and it just like came through me. I recorded everything and I handed it off. Now that was amazing. And the problem with that is now it's not really replicable. Like, what are the principles? How can she create this on herself and like write out her signature speech? And so what I did is I put everything into a framework, and it's called the Millionaire Message. I didn't actually invent this. I'm just following what I've learned from my many mentors. And so it helps you. It helps you so powerfully to have a signature talk that resonates, where you can sell product. Some of you have had challenges to reverse engineer what it is that you're actually doing. So you know what you're doing and how you help people. You can do it all the time. But how do you reverse engineer that so that when you talk about what you do, people resonate like, holy shit, that's what I want, right? And you lead them down the path, the journey, as Forbes was talking about, the journey that leads from them first engaging with you to being enrolled, and then actually getting the results and testimonials and referrals with your product. So I want to share with you this framework. And then I work with a great friend of mine, Richard, who came here to teach the 10K TikTok formula. He's a relationship coach. And we implemented his interpretation of that. And once we did, he started getting so much confidence with his social media that you can see the results. It'll be very obvious. I'll show you what he created. So let me, so I'm just going to share this with you, Dr. Eve, and my VIPs. If you want this, you can just ask me about it and what it takes to become a VIP with ManifestX Mastermind. I don't give handouts and worksheets without also explaining them and giving people resources for support that they implement them properly. And the reason for that is you guys have downloaded, and like, tell me if this is you. You download an ebook, a PDF, a workbook, the cheat sheet, and you were going to get a result in your life. And then you got it and nothing changed, right? I don't want to create that scenario here. So I only give out guides when I also have the room to explain how that works, psychology behind why it works, and the strategies when to apply it, when not to apply it. Does that make sense? So I will, obviously get value from me sharing this. And it's unethical for me to share this document without training, because it gives, I hope that makes sense. Cool. All right. Let's go. So the 9 psychological triggers is really starts with your avatar, who you're speaking to. That's the first thing. Who's clear on the avatar, the dream person that you want to speak with? Just like raise your hand, say I, pop a 1 in the comment box. I got to make sure that y'all get this. Cool. Put a 1 in the comment box when you know who your dream client is. And the one person, like I know James and I were in the breakout room, and he's like, maybe you're an investor or maybe you're a coach. And I was like, okay, who are you talking to? Because I'm confused. Who am I? Right? So nail the avatar, know who you're speaking to as soon as you open your mouth. Otherwise, you're going to confuse everybody. Okay, Rachel got to go. Love you, Rachel. Make sure that people know how to get in touch with you. Well, you already did the whole exchanging info thing. But yeah, if you need contact Rachel, you can text me too, and I'll happily make an introduction. Thank you for your generosity. All right, let's get it. I'm seeing the ones. Love that. All right, so you got your avatar, and then you want to speak to the pain, right? What are they actually experiencing? And that's the surface level, what they're experiencing every day, where it hurts. Then the problem. So there's the perceived problem, what they think the problem is, and then the real problem. And when you connect the dots, you give them a breakthrough. And that's when they're like, holy shit, this person gets me. And you're going to give them a breakthrough right away. So then when you talk about stakes and consequences, now when you cover this, that makes the difference between them wanting to buy one day And like, yeah, sure, that's amazing. I'll call you in a year, right? Anybody? Or just me? And it makes a difference between that and holy shit, I cannot wait another day. Like, this gets to be solved. How do I solve this? They're going to ask, how much is the program? When they get clear here. So having an enrollment conversation, having a talk on, a stage, and through social media content, it's the opportunity to get people to stop and look about the consequences of the problems that they have if it goes unsolved. Stop and look. It's one of the greatest pieces of service you can do for your clients and your audience. It's help them stop and look at the consequences of their behavior that goes unchanged. Make sense? Y'all getting this? Say, I'm getting it. Being able to speak. Yeah. So you get to speak about who you are, what your process is. And here's where most coaches fuck up. They talk way too much about what they is that they do. It's like, yo, I have this primal screaming process. And then we go to a theta state. And before you know it, you're going to have an inner child, like higher self, revolution. And you're going to wake up and you're going to be transformed. It's like, okay, that's amazing. For us, that's amazing, magical. For people who all they have is self-sabotage and with procrastination every day, and it stops them from reaching their career goals, they don't think about primal screaming. Doesn't occur to them, right? They just think about their problem, their pain points, and maybe, right, their payoff, the desired outcome. They're like, I want to get shit done and I can't. Why can't I? Yeah, does it make sense? So this is helping you just be laser focused, so that every piece of your puzzle, every part of your process is a solution to their problems. So for example, we implemented this for Richard. And what we did is, instead of, one of the problems is for the Heroic Husbands brand, he helps men get their wives back and get them from fighting to fucking, all right? That's his language. He likes to get people at the edge of their seat. All right, so one of the things that he told me is that they struggle with walking on eggshells. So one part of his program is, stop walking on eggshells and rock the boat. And it's like, whoa, that's different. And so he knows their biggest fear, most painful problem is they're afraid to losing their wives. So he's going to do a clarity session, step 1, where they master the fear of you master the fear of losing her. Master your fear of losing her. So you become a source of safety and get your balls back. For the right man, that's like, holy shit, that's exactly what I need. And for anybody else, it's like, this makes no sense to me. I don't understand. Right? But he just is so laser with his messaging that the right person goes, holy shit, that's for me. And then so step 1 is clarity, create a plan, and taking inspired action. So he calls the plan the Heroic Husband Code of Honor. And then take inspired action is lead your life and your wife, period. Now, those are all solutions to problems that they all that they know they have, and that this messaging is designed to bring up. So we put, this is his rough draft version. I'll show you the more dialed in version. We just kind of looked at consequences. Their marriage and their manhood is a consequence. Divorce is a consequence. That they get to share their boys or their sons or their children with another man. That's a consequence. Having another man lead your wife, right? That's a total nightmare scenario. But he's able to go there and paint a picture about what could happen if they don't change now. That's the power of helping them to stop and look. Powerful, right? So there are 9 components to this. I don't think that we have time to go over all of them, but I will show you what it looks like when it's all together. Okay? I'm gonna go through the somewhat rapid fire, and then I'll give you the VIPs. You're getting the worksheet to, work on this together. And then those of you who are interested in this, just let me know, and I'll support you with this as well, and take notes. So, so you got to talk to who you're talking to. So, hey, are you a mindset coach, healer, consultant, or conscious entrepreneur? And you bought a bunch of marketing programs, but they never seem to stick. You probably have a bunch of training filed away in the course graveyard. Anybody? But it's collecting dust and you can't get yourself around to finishing it. Did you try to start a Facebook group or follow what all the gurus are doing? Are you tired of getting crickets even when you launch marketing funnels that follow every step that you were taught? Do you feel like you're a best kept secret and you know you have a powerful gift that can change life, but it feels like only you and 5 friends know about it? Do you know for a fact that you're not charging enough for your services, but you struggle to ask for exactly what you want? Does the freedom lifestyle feel so close but still out of reach? And you're a visionary leader, and the dark side of that you get so many business ideas that it's really hard to focus and niche down. Anybody? So you probably thought, and here's the perceived problem. So if we talk about pain so far, y'all with me? Now, you probably thought it's a frame of his, perceived problem. I'm telling you what you've been thinking the problem is. So you probably thought that it was getting the right marketing strategy and implementing it. So you're on an income roller coaster that comes from shiny object syndrome until you figure this out. I know exactly who I'm speaking to here. It's the ADHD entrepreneur, because I am them. Okay. I only know this works because it's me. All right. So no judgment. So here's what you've been missing. It is not about the strategy or the right course or closing the next client. The real problem has always been that your message is not aligned with who you are and who you're meant to serve. And the container you're in is not supporting you. I've seen too many Facebook groups that were the solution to someone's problem, and they weren't. It was not the right container. People need that personal touch and like somebody who gets you. So hi, my name is Miro, and over the last few years, I've been working with top performing coaches and healers and consciousness experts to communicate their message in a way that gets credit cards out of wallets, raving referrals, and heartfelt testimonials without paid ads or complicated funnels. The good news is you can. So this is a mini bio, okay? Short and sweet. You want to talk about what it is that you do. And the good news is that you can, this is positive direction, away from pain. Not away from motivation, but forward thinking. The good news is that you can, despite everything that you've seen, market yourself in a way that is tapped in, turned on, without having to sacrifice your morals, values, or your dignity. You've been following down the internet marketing mainstream, down the wrong path, into an abyss, and it's not working for you. And you didn't know that there's another way, but the good news is there's another way. And I call it the mirror effect. Here's how the mirror effect works. We're going to focus on 3 key areas, not 50, all right? Clarity on your unique positioning and your highly aligned, high-value avatar. Your $1 million message sequence. Mindset and skill set to double your prices with confidence and without losing clients. And accountability and support so you're never alone and get shit done no matter what life throws at you. And when you do, positive consequence, when you do, not if, right, but when, by the way, that's also powerful language. When you do master these 3 areas, you're going to be able to talk to people and communicate what you do in a way that gets your aligned avatar to see that you get them like no one else, and that you can get them the results that their minds and hearts desire. You're going to stop having dead-end conversations and sales calls that don't lead anywhere. No more enrolling in programs that leave you high and dry, even though everyone else seems to be getting results. And you're going to get a real community of like-minded conscious entrepreneurs just like you, doing the same things, bouncing ideas off each other and getting together. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So imagine, this part is called vision. Imagine how it's going to feel having a business that is aligned with your passion and allows you to do the work that you love, which is changing lives and helping people without feeling sleazy or self-steel or inauthentic. Imagine what it's like knowing you are 100% aligned with your purpose, serving in a way that makes the biggest contribution to the world. Imagine you want to go on social media in a way that's totally authentic to you and book clients consistently. Imagine how it's going to feel when your clients come to you and tell you that they have been able to change lives because of what you do. It's my favorite. And then here's the deal. You get to have testimonials. And the way we do testimonials is you name the person by first name and you bring in the objection, the reason why somebody wouldn't buy or take the next step with you. And you're going to pair the two. So for example, you might not think that you have that your value, like that your offer is valuable enough. Okay. So my client Tommy He's a coach. On our first call, he was not clear. He had trouble seeing the value of his own program, of his offers. And he was stuck at $2,000 per month, working with 10 clients. And within 8 short weeks, he 10x'd his offer. And without working any harder, started earning consistent $20,000 months, working with only 10 clients. And then I have so many more, right? But you want to have that one sentence testimonial, or my client, Janie Cole. She's a coach for actors, and she helped. What's the stereotype for actors? Anybody? For artists, actors, what's the stereotype?
That they work as a waitress on the side.
Exactly. Starving artists, right?
Yeah.
That they don't have the money and they can't afford a high ticket. Well, guess what? Janie Cole, she's working with actors and coaches. Sorry, actors and artists. And she had launched her first masterclass using this formula. And she invited 10 people to come. 8 of them bought a ticket for $97. And 2 of them came for free as a guest, as a gift. So she made $800 rounding up on the front end. And then she presented a 90-minute presentation, not much different from this, and enrolled 3 people in her first $3,000 program. So all in all, she created $10,000, $9,800 for those of you who do math, in a single afternoon with her first launch. So my question is, can you bring 10 people to show up on a Zoom call with you? Right? And if you want that, and I want that for you, here's what I need you to do. I have an awesome masterclass coming up where I personally teach you the mirror effect and go through this process with you in depth. And then you go to the call to action. Facebook post is a drop by hashtag mirror effect. If it's a Zoom call, it's like, drop your, I actually like the phone number. What I do now is, text, ready to, the number in the chat, 213-409-9959. And I will see if and how I can help you with that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I also have scripted out here the exact comment. So if you do this as a Facebook post, exactly what to say when they respond. And it goes from comments to the DM conversation, exactly what to say. So you can model this, make it your own. Message 1, message 2, all the way to confirmation message. And yeah, it has everything step by step all the way until they show up on your Zoom call. Pretty neat, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with my VIPs directly. And in the meantime, I want to turn it over to you. So it's all here in this document. It's like literally every point. So you fill this in, you add your social proof, you add the objections, you add the keywords, share it with me, and we'll give you feedback, dial it in. It's probably 2 to 3 revisions until it's like perfect. And then we get to integrate it into your master classes, onto your webinars, onto your social posts, into your email launches. And it's just the same framework, whether I have a new product or old, I always come back to the 9 Ps. That skill set stays with you. Okay? It's not about creating one piece of content. It's about mastering the skill set. Does that make sense? Say I'm getting it.
Definitely getting it.
I love it. Love it. Cool. All right. So thoughts and reflections. Well, Leah, is Leah here? Yes, Leah. Do me a favor and share the direct link with our VIPs, and then I'll do a little Q&A for next step.
Okay.
What questions do you guys have?
One question I have is that we have talked about my program being $5,000, but when I have this big event and I'm going to be doing this signature speech, it will be the first time I'm meeting most of them. So what is the maximum price that I could realistically expect to pitch from that stage, and then just hold on to them and then upsell or sell the higher product later?
Great question. Amazing question. So what I recommend is do a free masterclass, and it has the VIP option.
Okay.
And so the benefit of that is everybody here can participate. Everyone here can afford it. There's no reason not to join. Okay. And when you do VIP, they might get a bonus, like something extremely high value, right? They might get a bonus call. They may get the worksheets and the recording of everything that we discussed, right? And a ticket to your next event. So you can just do amazing bonuses. And the ideal price point for the VIP is anywhere between minimum like $27 to like 90. Oh, we've done as high as 197. That's kind of the range.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you, because I was wrecking how much.
Yeah, and so when you set the price, you and I can go back and forth until it's like embodied, you know what I mean? Because you want to feel like really certain about the number. So when you speak it, people are like, holy shit, that's amazing. So the ideal price is like 5 to 10x, like whatever the value, like like if I'm doing $1,000 program launch, I want to know that it's worth $10,000. So I want to talk about it. It's $1,000. Yeah, I'll go like, holy shit, I want to get in on this. Does that make sense? You got in your own mind feel like it's 5 to 10 times more valuable than what you're offering it for. And if you have help with that, ask me questions because I can help you think about it differently. Does that help?
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Hannah, what's your question?
Did you just, like, if you're going to go on a podcast, I'm kind of confused with the steps. Like if you're talking to a specific, like if you're doing a webinar, a masterclass, and then a webinar, or it sounds like there's 2 steps, but I'm not really clear where to apply them. Yeah, do you have it? So like if you're on a podcast, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I got you. So like the most simple 2 steps is make sure that your ideal client like knows that you know them. So the first step is like you show them that you get them like nobody else. Being able to talk about the course graveyard, like you have to be really a certain type of person to know what the course graveyard is. You know what I mean? So I speak about problems that my ideal people know, and they're like, holy shit, you understand that? You know, you're my people.
Okay. So wherever you're saying, wherever it is, wherever you're talking, whether it's to a Facebook group or podcast, you want to go with that. And then the second step is the offer.
Okay, so 2 step is make sure that you get them, that they know that you get them, right? And the second step is that they know you can help them.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it depends on the situation. If I'm in a selling situation, meaning I want to close the maximum amount of people into a deal or open the relationship with the maximum amount of money, with the maximum amount of potential, then it's I'm going to make an offer and I'll show you that I can help you by showing you my offer. Here's what's included, how many calls or events, and what we're doing on each, and what are the results that you can expect from each, a feature benefit, right? So we're going to have a clarity session so that you get clear what's the root cause of what's actually holding you back. And then we're going to have a breakthrough session so that you're not only crystal clear on what you're actually needing, but also you break through. And instead of having the problem and being stuck, you're going to start getting rapid results, right? So I use the FART methodology, which is an acronym, to describe feature, advantage of the feature, result, tag question, FART. Right, so I'm going to do the mirror effect masterclass, and the advantage that it gives you is because it's online, you can do it from anywhere. And the benefit of that is that no matter where you are, you will learn how to resonate your message with dream clients. I'm doing again an advantage, and the result of that is so you can get 5-figure paydays. Does that make sense? Tag question. FART. It's my favorite. So when I'm in a selling conversation, then I'll go there. But again, you want to reverse engineer. Like if I'm on a podcast, I'm not going to make a paid offer 99% of the time, because the goal is to get the maximum awareness, is the goal, a maximum number of people to know me. and I may offer a free gift. I have a free masterclass. When you go to this website or when you shoot me a text, I'll give you access to it. That's what you want to do, Dr. Eve, because you're growing your list, your database. You know how Forbes was saying, if you don't have 5,000 people on your list, don't start a podcast. Well, there's wisdom in that, because your database is what helps you monetize. Continuously launching offers. And so we're doing a text database right now. Before having a text database, I was doing emails, 700 to 1,000 emails I would send, and I got like 2 to 3 people to show up. But since doing texting, with 100 people, I got 10 people to show up. Very different numbers. Now we send out 200 to 250 text messages every week. And since doing that, I have between 20 and 30 people show up every Monday Mastermind. So would you rather what's harder, collect 1,000 emails or 50 phone numbers? So I'm a big fan of that. And then Text Magic is the tool that we use for that. Super game to help you set that up, ask questions, but it's amazing. We do automation too. We have a few keywords at any moment, whether it's gift or like epic, depending on what it is, but it's that same phone number in the chat that automatically will send you gifts without me doing it. But then also Leah monitors. While I was teaching, she was fielding messages with Forbes Riley to make sure she figures out where the Zoom link is and everything. So really, really powerful tool, but it's a little bit of a tangent. Does that make sense though? How we integrate the system and the database with the messaging? Yeah, doing podcasts, you want to grow your list. And then from your list, you launch offers to your list. You want to do as many free offers, but then once you're in an intimate human-to-human connection, you can do paid offers. Like some of you may buy some things today or have already, because this is the level of human interaction that we have. The trust is there, and it's not just another spammy inbox email, You don't compete with all of that. Like people get opportunity to get their questions answered and all that good stuff. And it's not for everyone. I also want to make sure that there's no obligation here. No buying required. You're not allowed to buy. You're not allowed to buy it today. How's that? Boom. All right. So other questions about the $1 Million Message sequence, your messaging framework, a couple of opportunities to see me and Dr. Forbes Riley. Who would love to see me and Dr. Forbes Riley in person? Would that be cool? Hang out in person together?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we get to go to Miami together. Yes, Global Awakening is happening. Global Awakening Summit is in Miami. We're both speakers there. And it's February 24th. And it's going to be pretty great. Yes, it's New York Station Town. So it's Global Awakening, and it's going to be epic. 200 plus people there, amazing speakers. Laura Langmeyer will be there.
Is it virtual or just on person? Only in person?
Is there a link for that? Miami's only a 2-hour drive for me, so.
There is a link for that. Leah, will you please help me out? I don't know where that link is, but that's why I have an amazing team. We'll get that link to you, April.
Okay.
It's not free. I'll be direct. It's $97. That's it.
Like I said, Miami's a 2-hour drive for me, so it's like if I can do it, I'm like, I'm going to consider it.
Yeah, consider it. Empress is texting me, are you not going to training? So I'm going to do both. I'm going to live in the both and, Empress. I'm going to be at MATT training that same weekend, getting my training. I'm actually being trained. It's my graduation weekend. So I'm doing my own leadership training and then flying to Miami at night, coming back in the morning. It's crazy. I don't know how, but I'm gonna live in the both end. Either I'm gonna do that or I'm gonna stream in. So I might be like that big talking head on the phone, on the big screen, and do my presentation like that. But this is the world that I live in right now. I get to be in service and I get to upgrade, be in support and live what's called in the both end. We're collapsing timelines. So really excited about that. So yeah, I'm just asking because we're doing my leadership training here, and I will be there. I will be doing both. Yeah, All right. Did I answer your question, April?
I'm not seeing
Oh,
a
you were asking
link.
about you
I'm
were
not
saying
seeing
my
the link.
right.
But
So Leah, will you please
Yeah, I'll be
share?
sending it on via text. I'm actually looking for
Okay.
it.
So
Okay.
look for that message, April.
I will look for the text. Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Very
glad
good.
you're going to be mastering the skill of bilocation. That's always an important skill for someone to have. So good.
Yes, I will be everywhere. Yeah, I know that movie. Everything is everywhere, all at once.
Mhm. Exactly.
All right. Okay, cool. So I want to make sure you all have the framework, and then I'm going to give you one last example before I cut you loose. And this is how we implemented it, because I want to see you. I want you to see how this will work in your life and in your business. And so we have different niches here, and I acknowledge that. Here we go. So here is how Richard implemented this. I'm just going to read it out loud. Or do we have a volunteer who wants to read? Do you like my voice and I can keep talking, or is it getting tiring? I want somebody else. You can vote.
Tired.
Empress is getting tired. Okay, I'm voting Empress. Empress gets to talk. She's always bringing the energy.
Oh, I was gonna vote Kathy.
Now you're on the hot seat now, Mama. Let's get it.
Okay.
Get it,
All right,
Empress.
Let's see. Raise your hand if you have a whoa. Okay, what? What kind of question is this? I'm like, I didn't know what I was getting to. So do I need to just speak it or like what he wrote? Like, what you want me to do, Miro?
Trust yourself.
All right. Raise your hand if you have a wife, or say me in the chat. All right. Raise your hand if you want to learn how to get your wife to want you, and have spent a lot of time and money on becoming a better man, husband, and father, and feel like this is the last piece of the puzzle. Okay, so now I know I'm in the right room. Excellent. I see you right there. Listen, jokes aside, I want to honor and acknowledge every single one of you for being here today and showing up for yourself, for your wife, and frankly, your kids. People in my field don't really talk about this aspect, but a healthy sex life between mom and dad leads to a happier, mental, healthier children. That's right. Think about it. How many of our parents taught us that to stay together for the kids was noble? And so that became our framework on how marriage works. It wasn't about being happy, it was about staying together. Well, heroic husbands don't play that. So now, if you stick with me to the end, I'll guarantee that you will know exactly how my clients and I managed to recreate sexual attraction and passion in our marriages after droughts and steamed up from months to years. I'm talking about the Israelites wandering the desert with Moses level of suckage. So if you're the man who always are ready to love, what? So if you're the man who already loves what he does for work and has purpose and has diligently worked on himself through personal development, you tried the $20,000 group coaching program where you get a shit ton of content on leadership. You're in the Zoom room with a bunch of other dudes, and there's never enough time to answer all the questions you have. So you learn a bunch of other, you learn a bunch, but you don't create a bunch of change. I mean, you feel like a YouTube movie critic and you're an avatar.
Your wife feels like yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay. My eyes. Your wife feels like a YouTube movie and you're an avatar. You can't please anybody. Maybe she doesn't even want to get dressed around you because she doesn't feel comfortable. I mean, you try using all the millions of tactics that YouTube dating coaches, the 5 love language, John Gottsman, Enneagram quizzes, your friends and family have all given you. You trying counseling. There's a good one. Welcome back. Did you discuss the problem that we talked about? We did and realized we need to talk about it some more. How does that make you feel? Like talking doesn't help. Let's talk about that. Solid.
All right, let's pause here.
Okay.
All right.
It's kind of interesting.
So interesting, right? What are you learning from that example so far?
I was a man.
Yeah, you were.
Humor is a very important part of the message. So there's some really good lines in there.
Yeah. So
Israelites in the desert, that suckage, that was really good.
Right? So yeah, Richard is just funny. This is who he is. He's like a stand-up comedian, and he has a way with words that is just funny. He makes people laugh. It's in his DNA. So, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is because too many times, have we seen marketing students who go out there and sound exactly like everyone else, like their master and the other students in the program. And what I want for you is to bring your personality, your authenticity into your messaging. And most of the time, you get to be playful, you're gonna win because you get to have fun with it and you get to express that you're a fun person. Now, if you don't like fun and you hate fun, then don't have playfulness in your messaging, right? But that's not gonna be most of you. So all I'm saying is you get to use this as a way to show your authentic expression, because the way you show up is how you're going to be interacting with your clients. And if you just don't want to be fully yourself and playful, etc., then by all means, you know what I mean? But this is the opportunity to attract the people that you love working with, not what you think makes money. You get it?
Yes.
All right. So I want you to keep that in mind as you work on your signature system, your $1 million messaging, to be you. You got to be able to say it out loud without having to put on a character. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get it.
Miro, I just sent April the link. Just let me know if she got it.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, I got it. Thank you. I just saw it.
Okay, welcome.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to wrap it up because it is time. And just to recap, some of the opportunities to dive deeper into those worlds. If you're not yet a member of Manifest Mastermind, we're just getting started, y'all. We have Forbes Riley on. We had Myron Golden on. He has a talk about how he did $3.2 million in stage for 27 minutes. That's part of the replay library, if you didn't know. And I would love to continue to be your guide as you dial in your signature talks, book more stages, platforms, make money, change lives, get in alignment with who you be, and community with support. So that's all I got. And then for the rest of you who are committed VIPs and are going to continue showing up, your homework is, guess what? Dial in your $1 million message. Dial in your signature talk.
I like ChatGPT. Copy paste.
What do you say? Emphasis is going to do copy paste?
I said chat GBDT. Copy paste.
Chat GPT. I absolutely did. I absolutely did build somebody's whole signature system, their whole like $5,000 coaching program using Chat GPT in like 20 minutes, and it shit works. Those things become available when you jam with me one-on-one. So hop on. And we did a lot of that in our last master class, right? The magnetic marketing. We just dialed it in. So, all right, y'all. Let's close out with, I want to make sure y'all have the support that you need. Does everyone here who have their message framework or know how to get it? Who does not have it? Okay. Kathleen, Chantel, you getting it. April, you getting it. Awesome. Sweet. Let's close out with words of gratitude. Cool. So go ahead and breathe to your heart. Let's go ahead and acknowledge everything that you did, how you showed up here today, everything you learned from the moment you stepped in this container, of all the options you had, chose to be here at Manifest X Mastermind, hanging out with these amazing humans and with me. And like, just acknowledge yourself and notice on what you've learned. What's working really well for you here today? Forbes speaking, the breakout rooms, the amazing members in the community, the shares, what Rachel said, some of the wisdom I was spitting, some of the playfulness, Richard's example, the $1 million message, some of the nuggets that came through along the way. Some of the ideas that popped up for you. It's like, oh, I can implement this. I can do that. I'm going to stop doing this. New intentions that you set during this session. Just become aware. Notice what can be even better next time. How can you show up even better next time and get even more out of this? Did you speak and grab the mic when you had a chance? Did you hesitate? Did you ask for exactly what you want? Or suffer in silence by accident? And what is just one action step? What's your highest leverage action step? Out of all the things you could do, what is the most important next step for you starting now? Go ahead and breathe it in. And release. What are the ways of being that will support you this week? We have a powerful week coming up. Some of you are going to create sales records, new clients, new opportunities. And some of you are going to be in service, saving and changing others' lives. What are you committed to creating and causing this week? Being a place of safety, intimacy, or a place of courage and massive action taking. Being your feminine and allowing things to come to you and being supported. Or activating your masculine and getting shit done, not taking no for an answer. Or maybe all of the above. All right, deep, big breath in. And release. All right, we're gonna close each person, one word of gratitude. I'll go last. First person to go is Brittany, since you've been playing full out, and then Empress, and then Chantel, and Dr. Eve, and Kathy, and April, and Queen Mother, and Dima, and Leah, and Ami, in that order. Ready, set, go.
I am so thankful and grateful for all the support that I have for my event, and that even more things are coming through even from this session today. So huge gratitude to be here, and just every interaction, just creating a spark.
Yes.
Standing in the attitude of gratitude, integrity, not dealing with morals or ethics, only just fucking with what works. Thank you.
I am grateful to you, Miro, for just being by our side and bringing in all these great ones. So we have these lovely treasures to pull from with each. Thank you.
Thank you, Miro. All these meetings are so inspiring. I'm appreciative for that.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to start out on a new career path.
I'm grateful that I've found a community of people that I can learn from and be inspired by. Thank you.
I'm grateful for everyone here and that we're not alone all the time. Get to see each other.
I think we lost Queen Mother Goddess. Are you still with us, or we're going to switch over to Leah? She said she had to jump. Okay, go ahead, Leah.
I'm grateful for all the appreciation and the support.
Nice. Appreciation. That's beautiful.
Chantel.
Oh yeah, Chantel. Come on now.
Sorry, tech issues. I'm grateful being able to come in today, and even the fact that my rehearsal got canceled today, so I was able to stay the whole session. And I'm grateful for the blessings that came in as I started to take better care of myself and my time today. So a lot of things are coming between this morning and the stuff I learned today. So I'm excited.
That's good. Beautiful. Awesome. I encourage you to share your big action, your commitment for this week in the group chat. And can I count on you to hold your buddies here? You got your power group right now. We're a circle, we're a unit. Can I count on you to hold each other accountable? That means sharing your wins, sharing your intentions for the week, saying, hey, I'm going to create some sales this week. I'm going to launch my events this week. I'm going to send out 2 invites. I'm going to do an email blast. I'm going to start text magic, right? But share your intentions so we can hold you accountable. Yes or yes? Good or good? Okay, we have a messenger group chat. If you don't know, ask somebody. That's where this goes down. And then can I also count on you to hold somebody accountable? It's like, hey, I saw you launching your book this week. How's progress coming along? How's your event launch going? Do you still need speakers? Did you get on that thing with Rachel to get paid to speak? What's stopping you, right? Can we be that for each other, a source of accountability? Actually being invested in other people's success? Let's go for it. Have an incredible week. I will see you on the next one. Oh, look at that. Dr. Eve says, I'm completing my signature speech rough draft this week. Let's go. I will hold you high. I'm gonna see that done. By when? By when? Is it Friday? Is it Saturday? Is it Sunday?
Friday.
That's right, Friday. All right. Can't wait to look at the first draft. Friday, what time?
Oh, I'll say by 9
By 9 p.m. or a.m.?
p.m.
That's right. All right. Y'all heard it. Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific time?
Yes.
That's right. This is the level of accountability, okay? They say they're going to do something. How much? By when? What time zone? Specifically, okay? This is the level. It's dream, declare, deliver. Dream, declare, deliver. Like, here's the idea. What is it? How many by when? Okay, that's the declaration. To bring it down onto the physical plane. Put it on the calendar, right? And then deliver. Just do it. Did you do it? It's like that. That's
we
how
can give her till 3 p.m. next Monday, and then we can have her deliver.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, she gets, first draft is done on Friday, then she can do another round, and then Monday, we're here to talk. How's that, Dr. Eve?
Sounds good.
You get 3 minutes, so you get to have a laser talk. All right? We'll do breakout rooms and all that good stuff. So this has been fun. I will see you on the next one. Sign up for all the things. Please become a member if you haven't yet. Ask questions. If we got so many ways for you to be part of this. There's no reason that you can't join. We've got financing options, we've got miracles that we're making. Like, you can do this. So if you have questions, reach out. When in doubt, reach out. Love y'all. Have an amazing day. Yay.